deep within the heart of the Amazon rainforest. Where the emerald canopy conceals a world teeming with life, the rivers flow like lifelines, carrying secrets and stories untold. Among the most infamous residents of these waters is the piranha. Mention its name, and images of a feeding frenzy, of razor-sharp teeth and relentless aggression, immediately spring to mind. But is this the whole story? Today, we're venturing into the Amazon to uncover a different side of this legendary fish, seen through the eyes of the indigenous people who have lived alongside it for millennia. We're going on a piranha pursuit, not for Hollywood horror, but for a profound understanding of survival, tradition, and respect for nature. For the native communities of the Amazon, the piranha is not a monster to be feared, but a valuable resource. It's a crucial source of protein, and its legendary teeth are ingeniously used as tools. Hunting them is an art form, a skill passed down through generations, blending deep ecological knowledge. With practiced technique, it's a far cry from the sensationalized depictions we used to. It's about patience, observation, and a connection to the environment that is almost spiritual. The hunters know the piranha's habits, their preferred feeding times, and the subtle signs in the water that signal their presence. This isn't just about catching a meal. It's a demonstration of living in harmony with one of the world's most complex ecosystems. Let's meet our guides, members of a local tribe whose ancestors have fished these very waters since time immemorial. Their equipment is deceptively simple. You won't see fancy rods or high-tech gear here. Instead, they use long, flexible poles cut from specific trees, a line made from natural fibers, and a hook, sometimes even carved from bone. The bait is often a small piece of meat or fish, just enough to attract attention. The technique is fascinating to watch. It's a quiet, focused process. The hunter finds a promising spot, often a placid-looking inlet or an area near submerged logs where piranhas like to gather. They dip the bait into the water, creating small, gentle ripples, mimicking the movement of a struggling insect or a small fruit falling from a tree. It requires incredible patience. The hunter might wait for a long time, their body perfectly still, their senses attuned to the slightest change in the water or the tension on the line. They feel for the distinct, rapid tug of a piranha strike. It's a very different sensation from other fish. Once the bite is felt, the action is swift and decisive. With a flick of the wrist, the fish is pulled from the water. This is where skill is paramount. The piranha out of water is still a formidable creature, and it must be handled with care and respect. The hunters are masters of this, quickly and humanely dispatching their catch. There is no waste here. Every part of the piranha has a purpose. One of the most remarkable aspects of this tradition is the use of piranha teeth. We often think of them only as weapons of the fish, but for the indigenous people, they are precision tools. After a successful hunt, the jaws are carefully removed. The individual teeth, each one a tiny, razor-sharp blade, are used for a variety of tasks. They can be used to carve wood, sharpen arrowheads, or even for personal grooming, like cutting hair. Imagine having a multi-tool provided directly by nature. This ingenious use demonstrates a level of resourcefulness and a deep understanding of the natural world that is truly awe-inspiring. It transforms the piranha from a simple food source into a vital part of the community's toolkit. The hunt itself is also a communal activity, often involving several members of the family or village. It's a time for teaching the younger generation, for sharing stories, and for reinforcing cultural traditions. The children learn by watching their elders, absorbing the subtle skills and the unwritten rules of the river. They learn which areas are safe, which fish are good to eat, and how to read the language of the water. This transfer of knowledge is essential for the community's survival and for the preservation of their unique way of life. It's a living classroom, and the lessons learned here are far more valuable than anything that could be taught in a book. Of course, the environment is changing. The Amazon faces threats from deforestation, pollution, and climate change, all of which impact the delicate balance of the river ecosystems. These changes are felt directly by the indigenous communities who depend on these waters. Fish populations fluctuate, and traditional hunting grounds are sometimes disrupted. Yet, their resilience is extraordinary. They adapt, drawing on their vast ancestral knowledge to find new solutions and navigate these challenges. Their fight to protect their land is a fight to protect their culture, their food source, and the very foundation of their existence. Their connection to the piranha is a symbol of this larger relationship with the entire rainforest. So, what about the piranha's fearsome reputation? While it's true they have powerful jaws and can be aggressive, the idea of them skeletonizing a large animal in seconds is largely a myth, popularized by sensational stories. The indigenous hunters know that piranhas are primarily scavengers, playing a vital role as the cleanup crew of the river. They are opportunistic feeders, and while a feeding frenzy can occur, it's usually triggered by the scent of blood or extreme stress, not by an unprovoked attack on anything that moves. For the people who live here, swimming in piranha-inhabited waters is a daily reality. They know when and where it is safe, understanding that the fish are a predictable part of their world, not a random movie monster. As the sun begins to set over the Amazon, casting a golden glow on the water, the hunters paddle home, their canoes laden with the day's catch. Back in the village, the piranhas will be prepared for the evening meal. They are often grilled over an open fire, a simple method that brings out the delicate flavor of the fish. Sharing this meal is a celebration of a successful hunt, a moment of community and gratitude. It's a powerful reminder that for these cultures, the piranha is a gift from the river, a provider of sustenance, tools, and tradition. Our journey into the world of Amazonian piranha hunting reveals a story that is far richer and more complex than the myths we've been told. It's a story of skill, ingenuity, and a profound respect for nature. It challenges us to look beyond our preconceived notions and to appreciate the deep wisdom held by indigenous cultures. The piranha is not a villain, but a vital character in the intricate story of the Amazon. A story of survival and coexistence that has been unfolding for thousands of years. Thank you for joining us on this incredible pursuit. If you found this journey as fascinating as we did, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell to join us on our next adventure.